Good evening, dear students. How are you today? I hope you are in good health. Our topic is about subject-verb agreement. What is subject-verb agreement? Let's know. Subject-verb agreement means that a singular subject needs a singular verb, and a plural subject needs a plural verb. Please, dear students, look at this picture. The person waits. We add s to the verb here because the subject is singular. And the people wait. We don't add s to the verb because the subject is a plural. Another example, a good student knows the value of communication skills. This is a sentence. Where's the subject here? Student. Where's the verb? Knows. We add s to the verb because the subject is singular. We don't say a good student knows. You should say, or must say, a good student knows the value of communication skills. Look, dear students, student knows. We add s to the verb to indicate that it is singular. The subject, because the subject is singular here, student knows. Is it clear? Student knows. Dear students, look carefully at this sentence. This sentence is different from the previous one. Good students knows the value of communication skills. There is an error in this sentence. This error in the verb knows. Why? Because we mustn't add s to the verb because the subject is a plural, not singular. So the correct sentence is to say, good students know the value of communication skills. Is it obvious? Dear students, we conclude that we don't add s to the verb because the subject is a plural. So it's wrong to say students knows. The correct sentence is students know or a student knows. Is it clear? I'm sure that this is clear. There are some common rules here. With the pronoun I, we use singular verb. With the pronoun you, we use a plural verb, no s. With he, she, it, we use singular verb, we add s. With the pronoun we use plural verb without s. With the pronoun you, we use a plural verb without s. With the pronoun they, we use plural verb without s. Let us see agreement with compound subjects. Dear students, look at this sentence. She and her friends are. You see here compound subjects. She, the first subject, and her friends, the second subject. This is called compound subject. Connected by and. The two subjects are connected by and. So we use here plural verb. We cannot say she and her friends is. The correct is she and her friends are. Look at this sentence. The book or the pen is. The book is singular. The pen is singular. And the subject here is made up of two singular nouns connected by or. In this connection, we use a singular verb. The book or the pen is. This implies one of the other. Or indicates or implies one or the other. So we use here singular verb. Okay, dear students, another sentence. The president or his assistants run. Here the subject is made up of singular and plural nouns connected by or. So the verb should agree with the closest word or subject. The president or his assistants. The president is singular, his assistants plural, so the verb should agree with the word assistants. So we don't add s to the verb. Okay, dear students, look at the sentence once again. His assistants or the president runs. Here the subject is made up of singular and plural. And the verb here must agree with the closest part of the subject. The closest part of the subject is اللي هو president. President is singular, so we add s to the verb. Is it obvious? I hope so. Okay, let's move to phrases that confuse things. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there are some phrases that come between the subject and the verb. And these phrases can be misleading. Look at the first sentence. One of the boxes is. The real subject here, one. One of the boxes. One is singular, so the verb is singular, is. The people who read that report are. The people, the real subject, and the verb here is plural. The team leader, as well as his developers, is. The subject, the team leader, and as well as the developers, his developers, it comes between the subject and the verb. So the verb is singular. The manual, including all the chapters in the first section, is. The real subject, the manual. So the verb here is singular, is. The woman with all the answers sits. The real subject, the woman, and the verb here is singular. We add s to the verb, sits. Remember that some words are always singular and require a singular verb. The words are each one, either, neither, everyone, anyone, someone, no one, everybody, anybody, nobody. These words require a singular verb. In other words, we add s to the verb when we use any one of these words. There are some nouns ending with s, but they are singular and require a singular verb, such as suffix, mathematics, dollars, news, economics, politics, etc. Collective nouns that refer to more than one person are usually treated as a singular unit, so they are almost always singular, such as a group, team, committee, class, family. There are some nouns which are always plural because they are made of two parts, such as scissors, tweezers, trousers, pants, shears. In sentences beginning with the word there, the subject usually follows the verb. Example, there are many questions. The subject follows the verb here. The verb are and the subject questions. Is it clear, dear students? Look at the sentence, dear students. There is a question. We use here a singular verb is because the subject is singular. The subject is a question. So we can say there is a question. We cannot say there are a question. Well, there are many questions. Okay. Is it obvious? I hope so. Look at the sentence. Here are your keys. In this sentence, we start with the word here. When we start with the word here, the subject follows the verb. What is the subject in the sentence? Keys. Keys is a plural, so the verb should be a plural. So we can say, here are your keys. Okay, another sentence, here is your key. We use here singular verb is because the subject is singular. Here is your key. Is it obvious? I hope. Okay, there are some problems with subject-verb agreement. Let us see. Okay, dear students, look at the two examples here. The key to the doors is in the drawer. Where's the subject here? The subject is the key, and the subject here is singular, so the verb must be singular. To the door, it comes between the subject and the verb, and this is called the prepositional phrase. So you should read the sentence carefully and identify the subject here. The subject, the key, and the verb is. Look at the second sentence. The keys to the door are in the drawer. The subject here, plural, the keys. To the door is prepositional phrase which comes between the subject and the verb. And the verb here are because the subject is a plural. So the keys to the door are in the drawer. But the first sentence, the key to the doors is in the drawer. You see the difference here? Okay, dear students, when the subject is an expression of quantity followed by the preposition of, the subject can be singular or plural depending on what follows the preposition of. Look at these examples. All of the book was interesting. The subject here singular was because the book is singular. The subject is singular. Look at the second sentence. All of the books were interesting. The verb here is plural because what follows the preposition of is plural, the books. All of the books were interesting. When the subject is uncountable, like the sentence, all of the information, we use singular because what comes after of is uncountable noun, information. So we use a singular verb. Is it clear? Okay, dear students, look at the example. All of the books are interesting. All, or must, or some, or have, plus of. The verb can be singular or plural according to the object that follows the proposition. If the object is singular, the verb is singular. If the object is a plural, the verb is a plural. Is it clear? Okay, dear students. Any question, negative, place, condition, comparison, we make invert verb agree. We put the verb and the subject in subject-verb agreement inversion. After question word, negative expression, place expression, condition without F, and comparison. The verb agrees with the subject, which may be after the verb. Subject-verb inversion. Okay, dear students, look at these examples. The first one is wrong, and we start with a place expression. Behind the house were the bicycles I wanted. The subject here, the bicycles, and the verb were. When we start or begin with place expression, we make subject-verb inversion. Were the bicycles I wanted. Behind the house were the bicycle I wanted. The second one, behind the houses was the bicycle I wanted. We use here was, the verb was, because the subject here singular, the bicycle. And in this sentence, as we see, we start with the place expression behind the houses. Was the bicycle I wanted. Is it clear? There are some words in English are always singular, even though they might have plural meanings. These words or expressions are singular, so they take singular verbs. These words are anybody, anyone, anything, everybody, everyone, everything, nobody, no one, nothing, somebody, someone, something, each plus noun, every plus noun, etc. For example, everybody is going to the theater. Everybody is always singular. Everyone, everybody is going to the theater. We don't say everybody are going. Strong to say that. Everybody is going to the theater. So everybody is singular, so the verb must be singular. Is it clear? Okay, dear students, here is a quiz. Number 1, Sally runs, choose the correct answer طبعا, runs to the park every day. Sally is singular, so we add s to the verb. Sally runs to the park every day. Number 2, the dogs bark or barks at strangers. The dogs here, or the subject here, is plural, so we don't add s to the verb. So we can say the dogs bark at strangers. Number 3, Ted and Mary is or are. The correct answer are, because Ted and Mary are plural. Ted and Mary are going to the movies. Number 4, the game was or were exciting. The correct answer was. Why? Because the subject is singular. The game was exciting. Number 5, they worry or worries too much. Ask yourself here, the subject, is it singular or plural? They is plural, so we can say they worry too much. Number 6, she studies every night. The correct answer is studies. Why? Because the subject is singular. She studies every night. Number 7, black or white is or are your choice. This is a compound noun joined by or. Black or white is your choice, not are. That, number 8, that was or were incredible. That is singular, so we use the verb was singular. The correct, that was incredible. Number 9, those is a plural, so we use the verbs are. Those are pretty shoes. Number 10, the cat or dog. This is a compound noun by using or. The cat or dog is in the yard. With this quiz, we come to the end of this lecture. Thank you so much and good night.